Okay, guys, so I'm back. As you can see, now I'm gonna show you how to put a 2.5 form factor drive in. And again, with the data bank, when you get the data bank, just search it up. It's the only one that they sell in GameStop. You have to take this one screw out, and you'll know it's the screw because it'll have the PlayStation symbol. X and hang on, come on, camera, focus. Alright, my camera's deciding. Okay, well, my camera's deciding not to focus. But it has the circle, X, square, and O, just like on the PlayStation controller. So I'm just gonna take those screws out right now. Give me a second. I should technically be doing this upstairs, but I don't know. I guess I was just too lazy or something. So we have the screw out now. That's the screw right there. Get my wristband out of there. This is the SATA 2.5 converter that'll go if you're using a 3.5 drive. I still have that in there, so we're gonna take this out. Just gonna pull it out with that plastic. It is quite a squeeze. Alright, it just comes out like that. And now we can put this there. Now if you have a 2.5 drive, most of them, you can either just slide them in. Oh, I'm sorry. You can just slide them in, just like that. And you will be good to go. Or, when you pull it out, the actual hard drive, this is the actual hard drive, and you can see if you look under, the green board is also part of the hard drive. This metal part is just a disk tray. So if you have to take apart the tray, you take apart these 4 screws. You can just use the same screwdriver that you've been using for the PlayStation, for the first PlayStation screw. So you only need 1 screwdriver. You don't need multiple parts. You just take all 4 of them apart. Then this will lift off. Save the screws. Put them back on. Slide it in. And then we're going to put this on there. I'm sorry I wasn't able to bring this to you in like full detail. I'm just giving you a basic summary on how to do this. And I will be labeling the videos specifically on the form factors, so that way you don't have to like watch all 3 parts and waste your time. You know, you can just watch whatever part applies to you, or if you want to watch all 3 and decide your options on should I go with another 2.5 or 3.5, you can do that. And in fact, I'm also going to show you some good hard drives to buy, and I recommend buying from Tiger's Direct. They're probably all of you know now. They use CompUSA. They got bought over by them years ago, but I always recommend getting things from places like Tiger's Direct. Newegg, but Tiger's Direct for me has had the best prices. So I'm going to show you some of their hard drives, and I'm actually going to show you the exact one I got. And it's a Seagate. It's a 3 terabyte. Its regular price was $130. I had bought it on sale for $100, and then they just sent me an email today, the exact same hard drive, and now it's $84. So I mean, I'm a little bit mad, but I still got 30 bucks savings, so nothing really to complain about. And then, obviously, so now that we have the screw on there, sorry for wasting your time like that. You just pop this on there, plug it in. Or not plug it in, just push it in. You can see it's in there. And that's how that'll work. So it's really easy if you have a 2.5. 3.5, it gets complicated just because you have to have the data bank. Other than that, it's super, super easy. And I'm going to show you some different options on hard drives. And I'm going to show you ones with more memory, and I'm going to show you ones with better prices, better values. So let me just set this up. Now I'm also going to show you a bunch of 2.5 form ones, and a lot of the 2.5s you can use like Samsung Evo, solid states and all that. but those are pretty expensive, and you only get 250 gigabytes. And Tigers Direct actually sells the HGST Travel Star. They sell a hard drive, a 1 terabyte, 2.5 form factor, 72 or 7,200 spindle rate, 64 megabyte cache, and 3 gigabytes data. It's 2.5. So I'm actually going to show you that. So let's go Tigers Direct. Where's it? And technically, Tigers Direct, it's all one word, the company, but I don't know. I was going to put two. Tiger Direct. There we go. TigersDirect.com. Alright, so we're gonna just put in, or actually we can just go through here, shop all products, computer hardware. We are going to go to hard drives. And again, those were internal hard drives. You can use externals. In fact, here was the Seagate that I had just bought, right here. And actually the price went up. Wow, okay. So there's the one I bought right there. But that's pretty good. It's a 3.5. I recommend buying this one. And now this is the HGS Travel Star right here. And actually this one went up too. Okay. That's quite weird. But this is HGS T Travel Star. This is what ps4 original hard drive was. The exact same company. 2.5. And you get practically everything that I would get in my Seagate 3.5 that I just showed you. You get the, except it's a 32 megabyte cache. But everything else you get, and it's super easy. And so really any drive will work. People have already used it for ps4. There's another one. So let me just put that in there. Give me a second. Form factor. Where's their form factor filter? Internal hard drives. This is also the first one on top. This has always been the regular price. I had bought this one, but then the other one was on sale, so that's why. This is a 2 terabyte, which is still a lot of space. Mine is a 3 terabyte. There we go. Really, you don't need to worry about the SATA interface. Really, all you need to worry about is the 2.5 form. Just the form factor, that's really it. Other than that, everything will come into play. Why is that not? Give that a second, guys. It's loading. This ass wants to be slow, so. Alright, as you can see, they also do sell 3.5 drive bays, but you do not want that. So, just like that. There's a Western Digital. It's a blue series. Now for 2.5s though, Samsung 2 terabytes. These are really expensive, $161. I mean, the other one that I had, if you just buy the data bank, which is $40 on GameStop, $30 on Walmart, and then my hard drive was only $100 on sale, or you could get the 2 terabyte that was also regular price $100. I mean, you're still saving $30, and you're getting not only faster, you're getting 3.5 form, 64 megabyte cache, faster, more efficient, cheaper, and you're getting way more storage. So when it comes to like this 2.5 Samsung Evos and all the solid state drives, I find those a waste because they're ridiculously expensive and they barely give you any space. They're only good really with PCs, and not just that, but with solid state drives, they have a tendency of going bad. And when, unlike a regular hard drive, you can usually, like, they have a backup little, program, you can try to back up your drive. But with solid state drives, it is absolutely a different story, and there's literally a 1% chance you can back things up. So as you can see here, we have 2 HGS Travel Stars. The one that PlayStation used was this one right here, the 54 RPM one. This 54 RPM one. And so what I recommend to you for this actually used to be $100, so it went up by $8. But it's a 1 terabyte, so you'll still get plenty of space. 2.5 form factor, 7,200 spindle rate, 32 megabyte cache, 6 gigabyte transfer rate, or SATA rate. So that's what I recommend for 2.5. And usually another way you can filter good ones. The PS4 speed is already at 54. So it's at 54, so you don't want to go with the 54, you want to go with 72. And here again, here's are some of the other HGS Travel Star ones I was talking about. These are less than $100. These are all 2.5s. But really you can go with any of these. I just recommend the HGS Travel Star ones. Just because PlayStation had used them, that was the original company. But any of these will work. They have a $74 one here, a $90 one here, and a $108 one here. Now sometimes these will go on sale for $100, so you can use those. Those are what I recommend. Now we're gonna go all the way back, and I'm gonna see. We're gonna go for a 3.5 form. And I'm pretty budget spendy, so I'm like really not budget spendy. That I don't even know what the hell that means, but I'm kind of, I'm like a budget kind of freak person. So usually if you want to get better speed than PS4 already had, and really good speed that you would get in most gaming computers, you want to go with the 72 or 7,200 spindle rate. I just say 72 because when you look at it, 7200. And this was the original drive I bought, which was also good, so you can buy this one. It's $100. You would have to buy the data bank, though. With all the 3.5s that I'm showing you now, you do have to buy the data bank. That's an extra $40 if you get it from GameStop, $30 if you get it from Walmart. But this has the 64 megabyte cache, so it's the exact same thing as the 2.5, except it's practically the same price. You're getting 1,000 gigabytes more, and 64 megabyte cache. So that's way faster, way much more for the value. And just to pay the extra $40, just so that way you can keep using 3.5s in the future, I mean, that's just way better. Another way you can search, if you're on Tigers Direct, I usually went to the 2 to 3 terabyte capacity, because usually they're not that expensive. So this is a refurbished one, so we're not going to do that. As you can see, this is the exact same one. This is refurbished, that's why it's less than $100. Regular price, this Western Digital, is $220. So here's the first hard drive, which is again very good, 2 terabytes. The PlayStation software only takes about a gigabyte or 900 megabytes approximately. So even if you buy the 2.5, you'll still have over 900 gigabytes left, which is plenty of space. Plenty of space. Here's the one that I have right here. Seagate 3 terabyte Barracuda internal desktop hard drive, 64 megabyte. Barracuda is one of their performance kind of lines. But really all of these work. The reason why I recommend this is actually usually on sale for a cheaper price. If you're a Tigers Direct subscriber, you can actually get this for $84. Or you can go with the Toshiba one again for $90 or $100. Which is the exact same thing as the Seagate, the Barracuda one. I use Seagate more. Toshiba is pretty good, but in terms of hard drives, I've always used Seagate more, but you can also use Western Digitals. The reason why I say Seagate is your best chance because I've had better experiences with Seagate. They've always been reliable. I have old ones that still work to this day. And Seagate gives you the best pricing on hard drives. Unless you're going with 2.5, then you get HGS Travel Star. Because Western Digitals and all these other ones, 200, 300, 335, 241, 228, 241. I mean, those prices are just ridiculously expensive, and you're still getting, for $242, you're still getting 2 terabytes. You're only getting 128 megabyte cache. But that's not really worth it because, yeah, that's a huge transfer rate, but you're still spinning at 72. So it's not going to matter. To save like an extra $100 or so, you can get the exact same thing. And this is still fast, even though it says 64. That is a great speed. And these are all great hard drives, and all Seagate hard drives have fantastic reviews, and they've usually never let me down. But you can go with a few Western Digitals that are pretty cheap. If you can find it, it's pretty cheap, but I always recommend Seagate. Again, the only reason why I don't recommend Western Digital is because of the price. So for 3.5 you can use Seagate, for 2.5 you can use HGS Travel Star. These are just the few that I'm showing you guys. And for those of you that do not want to spend a whole bunch of money on the 3.5 drive, because you're going to have to buy the $40 data bank, I'm going into the $50 to $100 range. What you can do right here, the best one I would recommend is either the Toshiba, but really I recommend the Seagate Barracuda because I had actually used that drive. It was an amazing hard drive. So I do recommend if you get that. This price is always the same. It's always $100 plus the $40 for the bank, or $30 if you buy it on Walmart. Now, yes, that's a ridiculous price. That's practically like 2 or 3 games. But let me tell you something. Using that bank, and even though it's gonna look weird on your console, 3.5 drives, you just get so much more for your value. They perform way better, and so much more in terms of value, performance, everything. Because I showed you the 2.5 and they were practically the same price. So yes, right now it'll cost you a lot, but in the long run it will save you. And so who knows how long these consoles are going to be out. And as the games keep getting bigger and bigger and the files keep getting bigger and bigger, you're going to need a hard drive that's bigger and bigger, and something that can spin and load things a lot faster. So which is why I'm recommending using 3.5s, but 2.5 is also good. So again, if you need to use a 2.5, you can go on Tires Direct, use the HGST Travel Stars. Any of those will work fine. If you need to use a 3.5, you can look at the Seagate 2TB Barracuda. This one's always $100, or you can try to get lucky and wait for mine, which is this one right here, Seagate 3TB Barracuda. This was $100 when I bought it, so you can try to get lucky for that one. But either way, both of the Seagates are good drives. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I couldn't bring you a full detailed thing on how to actually install the software and all that, just because I had already done it. But I really hope this video helped you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. And thanks for subscribing. And also check me out on Dailymotion. I'll also be posting this on Dailymotion as well.